15 minutes later, maybe. Pink elephant. Me and my buddy saw one of those, though. Back in 1995, last Grateful Dead show we ever saw. July 2nd, 1995 at Deer Creek. Had tickets for the next night, but it got canceled because they stormed the fence. But at some point on that trip, we were at a liquor store, and there was one of those pink elephants. It was holding a martini glass, I believe. And we took pictures. I thought it was great. My friend didn't look so enthusiastic. But just recently, I think he sent me that picture as he found it amusing. I thought he was kind of he may have been bothered at the time. That's back when we came up with the term for him. We called him, or I guess I called him, he's panicky. We may have been dabbling in psychedelic excursions. But even without that, he was a little panicky. I've always been good when shit gets a little wild, like staying calm and, basically just stay, what is that British thing, the cops, stay calm and something. Relax and stay calm, I don't know. Which is basically all you have to do. And just maybe dodge some people going crazy. I don't know. It's not always a running situation. I don't know. I think just my natural temperament, though, is a little bit more... When things are kind of calm and nothing's going on, I have trouble because it's just too boring to me. I can hear the seconds pop in the air. But so I've just found when things get a little weird, I think that's why I was pretty good at sports, is because, I never was the fastest and shit like that. But when a game was going on and it was official and that was the game for the week, I made shit happen. And pretty much always. Sometimes it was pretty big. And sometimes it was just, I could just do things during the action that a lot of people who may be more athletically gifted just never can deal with. They freak out. I won't say panicky because my friend was a good football player. He didn't panic in situations like that, but it was official. But same thing in hockey. I was a good ice hockey player. I'm pretty strong skater with good endurance, but I wasn't really a hockey skater. I couldn't chip around, and I was more like at the Ray Bork big stride, and I could stay out there and play at a high level for a long time. Even in pond hockey, I'd be pretty consistent for the 6-hour day of skating back in the day. So I'm in Cookeville, Ohio. No, not Ohio, Tennessee. Staying at a Holiday Inn for work, and the rental car is basically only for use of the 2 construction managers, I guess. I didn't even ask. It's a little chilly, but it's a nice night for a walk. There's a music shop down here, 2 miles from the hotel. Should be getting close. Looks like this major intersection here. I can turn this around while we talk, I believe. So I'm traveling north right now in Cookeville. Interstate 40 is to my back where I'm coming from, about a mile or 2. And this is like that main road. Every kind of town has one of these towns. Now they have more, 2 or 3. When I grew up, there was one town kind of had stuff like this. And everybody went there. And then it was 2 towns. Now it's just about every town, you know. And I'm talking, the town I grew up had a house of pizza for the town, Norfolk House of Pizza. I think they actually had 2 pizza shops. Yeah, for a time. And then, but there was like 2 stoplights, and now they got a CVS and all the shit that ruins life for people. So this is just Tennessee life. And it's all just the same shit. I could be any fucking town. That's what I hate. As far as food, you know? It's like your only options now are some chain. Over there we got the Belk and the Food Lion up on the hill. It's near the Coles. I think it's through the big intersection, which might be right there. Maybe Coles is a Belk now. Is that possible? Are they equivalents? Little disturbance over at the Cookeville CVS. There's the Walgreens right across the street. I'm a CVS man myself. They stopped selling cigarettes. Just taking a stand, even though I generally agree with it, but also the fact that they just were like, wait, we're a pharmacy, we shouldn't be selling cigarettes. They deserve your dollars for that, in my opinion. I'm sure there's other shit they're doing. You know, all the children they're killing intentionally with knives in the back of the store. But that's a whole nother issue. What do we got there? I don't know. Should be somewhere around here. There's a hill. Don't get many of those in Florida. Nice uphill like that, you know? I wonder where the, God, I feel like that should be it right there. Is there a thing to press? No. So I just go for it here? Oh. We're taking a left. Going up that hill. That's a good looking hill, man. You come down that on your skateboard. That's a fun little hill. This one as well. The only thing that sucks is you have an intersection down there. Going across, I believe it is my time. God, that feels like that's where the Coles is. I wonder if it is. They got totally different shit on the other side here. I'm gonna see if I can go to the GPS while doing this. Let me know. Is that still going? Was that running while I was checking my GPS? Anyone? Bueller? Look at that little side. This is all fascinating. I haven't seen, I don't know. I guess they actually do have stuff. In Florida, it'd be completely overgrown. All you would see is reeds. There'd be one of those. There'd be gators in it. Be forewarned, man. If there's a body of water in Florida, a freshwater body of water, no matter how small, there's most likely going to be a gator in it, especially as in the dry season. When the water starts to dry up, there's less spots for all the gators. I've been deep in the Fakahatchee Strand, which basically adjoins the Everglades, is part of the Everglades, whatever. And I think it was January-ish. And what that means is it's super dry season, and there was just like, I walked, and it's deep, pretty deep jungle there. You can drive your car in there, but it's all off-road. And then when you go into the woods, it's the woods. And I came across 2 just mud pits with one massive gator in each one. As in, that's all that was left, and they literally look like they'd roll around in the wet mud. And that's basically probably a couple weeks or survival like that before they can move. They are near the Everglades, but it would require a walk probably. And that's when the unsuspecting hiker comes across a gator. I guess. I can't believe it's 1.3 miles. Now I'm like, oh shit, I gotta walk back. we might pull up. God, I didn't see. What did I see? It's a nice park. That must provide some nice sledding if they ever get snow. I'm sure they get a little bit of snow. Probably doesn't last long. Occasional 6 inches. Who doesn't like occasional 6 inches? A lot of these little ravines, though. It's nice. There's a lot of little steep. That's the thing that's deceptive about, you think the Rocky Mountains and Sierra Nevadas are the big mountains of North America, and they are, or of the United States of America. But you'd be surprised at some of the roads out in like western Massachusetts, the drop-offs. You would think you're, going from Reading out to the coast in California, which I've done. I don't know the name of the road or the number, but it's pretty crazy. There's just massive dropouts, and you got the Whiskeytown River Reservoir down there and stuff, and then there's just a little river, and you're going straight out into the redwoods in the Golden Triangle. The weed. I don't know the exact points of that. What town? You got to figure they call it Eureka, but I don't know what the eastern edge would have been, or the southern. Maybe Garberville on the south. I think that's what it's called. But I don't know if it'd be Reading on the east. It's a long way, and it's a small sized city. There's no skyscrapers, I don't think. Maybe a 3 or 4 story bank building, but it's a pretty sprawling, like a Framingham sort of. And that was the last time I was there, which was about 2012. Ish. I had to get 4 tires for my Subaru Outback. One popped on I-10, or is it I-5? 5. Right outside Sacramento the night before. I had to change it, and then I had to get the all new tires. Things are getting more complicated by the minute. It's a solid gully. It's just fucking long walk. I fucked that up. It's gonna be a head down walk home, I guess. Could do the El Tapatio Mexican. We got Margarita up on the hill. Margarita's up on the hill. La, da, da. People over politics, I bet. Wayne Neighbors. Likely story. That's a disqualifier right there. You want to run. I know that can't be the final answer, but look at this La Michoacana, Balateria, El Tapatio Margarita. Mexicans big in Cookeville. Mexican food is big. I'm intrigued by La Michoacana. It's got kind of the fast casual look up there, but it may just be. So you got La Michoacana way up in the corner here. Next to Pets. And wow, there's no nail store. Right when I went to, like, there's a nail store always. There's no nail store. Then you come down here, Super Cuts, check into cash, tells you where you are. Good Shepherd Health Foods and Margarita. Little Caesars. Right there. Players Club up there, I'm not sure. And then El Tapatio is a little bigger here. Obviously, what's that, an Old Fridays or something? Could be anything. Carrabba's, Fridays, who cares? Doesn't matter right now. It's just some pointless generic restaurant that could throw together maybe a good boneless wing is about it. More or less at Fridays anyways. One Bank of Tennessee. Good God, what time is it? 5:11. Yeah, 2 miles? Is this how out of shape I am? I would have whipped that out. You couldn't, as a serious adult, say you went walking if you only walked 2 miles. Well, it would have been 4 miles. That's maybe a decent workout, but that's your minimum, probably 4 miles to say, yeah, I went for a walk, or I went walking. Jesus Christ, this just goes on forever, dude. What do you think of that? Cookeville, Tennessee. On a Tuesday evening. We got that flag is flying north as I am walking. But it's not a strong, it's making a good unfurling of the flag. But it's not unpleasant on my head, which is bald. With stubble. Gray, white. At that point where it doesn't matter because there ain't anybody looking. Was that on? I don't know. When I go to my GPS, I don't know if this is still live. We'll figure that out. I can't really see, so I can't really read the chats, but thank you for tuning in. Hello. I'm in Cookeville, Tennessee, walking on a very busy, what would you call this? Suburban? No, I don't know. It's not a city, but it's just one of those, every store you can think of with a ton of people and goes on and on sort of roads, and it seems there's several of them. And there's basically the only places that aren't chains are the friggin' are the ones that are the 3 Mexican restaurants. Everything else is a fucking chain. friggin' ridiculous. It's just ridiculous, man. Who wants that? People want that? Is that what you want? I don't think you do, even if you think you do. Fuck familiarity. Familiarity. And I mean fuck it. When you go someplace you've never been, man, go someplace local that you never heard of. Not some fucking shitty, and I understand, you know. I mean, like, I like Chipotle too, but if I'm at a hotel in a town for a night, I'm not going to go to Chipotle, you know? Plenty of opportunities, well, not where I live right now, but there's just plenty of opportunities to eat that. So, fuck your familiarity and eating the same fucking shit, being like 35 years old and still just eating